New Year's Eve day, I released a video where I just spouted a load of stuff that was written in my notes app, and a lot of you seem to enjoy that. So I thought I would take this opportunity to share more of my brainhead thoughts with you just on random things, and I've chosen a note called Small Things That Cause Me to Rage. Honestly, I am a very hot-tempered person. I know it might not seem that way from the internet, but I get irked. I get irked easily. I've said it before. I do. I'm an irksome person. I'm a shouter, and sometimes it just feels good to rage. Other times you need to keep it inside and just seethe quietly, and most of the things here today are things that make me seethe quietly, so yeah. Before I get into this, these are not major big things. These are just silly things, silly everyday things that cause me to lose my shiz. Not really, but kind of.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
If these more personal videos are of interest to you, do let me know below in the comments. That's one way you can support the channel, by commenting for the algorithm and liking. You could also subscribe and turn on your notifications, and then when I put up a video, it'll go ping, and you can join the First Hour Club, wherein I interact with everybody in the First Hour Club, or try to. Sometimes I can't get to everybody. Gosh, I'm doing a lot of plugging today. While I'm at it, I might as well say another way of supporting the channel is by joining my Patreon for the cost of as little as a very expensive Starbucks coffee. That's $5. It's definitely a different vibe over there. We're a lot of messers, a lot of weirdos. It's just good fun. Okay, without further ado, let's talk about things that cause me to rage. And the first one, oh my gosh, I know, irony. Yeah. It's very long YouTube intros, and I know I do and have done this, and I know it's necessary, but it still bugs me as a viewer a lot of times. There's a couple of channels that I watch that I just skip to the minute and a half mark because they always do really long intros. I try to vary my intros, but yeah, it does annoy me. Also, when someone has a sponsorship, that annoys me. And again, I have sponsorships sometimes. I didn't say that these were gonna make sense. These are just things that bug me. Okay, the next thing that bugs me, almost sneezing and then not. What's all that build up for? No release. Anticlimactic. Ooh, this one's so annoying, and if this doesn't bug you, yeah. It's like when the seatbelt gaslights you, when you go to connect your seatbelt and it like gets stuck. And I know theoretically that this is because you've pulled too hard, but then you go, okay, I'll go softer, and then you're like, and it won't pull. So then you just let go, and then you pull it back down, and then sometimes it works again, and then you just feel like the seatbelt's gaslighting you. You're like, what did I do wrong in the first place? Oh, this next one. When you have earphones in and someone tries to talk to you repeatedly. Once, fair enough. You know, they might have something to tell you. You've got snot hanging out your nose. That's always appreciated. But, you know, people who just get at you, people who repeatedly interrupt. This is really bad in the gym. I've joined a gym. Who am I? Like, if you want to tell me something once, okay, cool, yeah, okay, put them back in. And then they're at you again. Just say everything you want to say the first time I take my headphones out, because I am an anxious person, and as such, then I feel like I need to constantly stay with one earphone out lest you say something else to me, because I don't want to be rude. But it's rude that they're asking you to take your headphones out. I don't want to talk to people if I have my headphones in. Okay, another thing that makes me feel like I'm a crazy person. When my fly has been down the whole time. You know, you get home, you find out your fly has been down, or you've been talking to someone and someone tells you your fly is down, and you know you zipped it up. And it's not like loose. What is that? Did someone else unzip my fly? If so, that's like a whole other territory. Ooh, okay, I don't want to talk about Voldemort of the last 2 years too much, that which shall not be named, which has affected all of our lives. But one thing that does annoy me is, you know, when we have the lines on the floor in the supermarket now for the queues, and if somebody doesn't stay behind their line and comes into my line. Also, this happens in airport queues, when there are dots on the floor and they don't stand on the dots are there for a reason. Why are you not standing on them? Why is no one enforcing them? This bothers me. It bothers me greatly. Otherwise, just don't put the lines on the floor. Just don't have them. We'll all just use our brains. That's fine. But if they're there, we should like stay in the vicinity of the line. Next, how the USB never goes in first time. You know, when you try to put your USB in blind, I'll put a picture up here to illustrate. Why does it never go in correctly the first time? So you turn it around and it doesn't go in correctly then either. And then you turn it around again and then it goes in correctly. But that's the way you tried it the first time. Why didn't it go in correctly the first time? Why? I have no solution for this next one. It's having to talk through an entire salon appointment. You know, when you get your hair done and the hairdresser talks to you the whole time, or your nails. I got my nails done. But I don't have a solution for this because I feel equally awkward when they don't talk to me at all. So, another one that doesn't make any sense. When the lock on a public toilet has been broken for years. Okay, it's annoying when the lock on a public toilet is broken and you have to like put your foot under or like hold the door while you're doing your thing. It's annoying. But what's more annoying than that is when you repeatedly go to the same public toilet, like in a mall or something, or in a cafe, and you know that that's the toilet I never used because the lock is broken. But surely somebody on staff has realized that lock is broken. Can somebody address it? Locks are not that expensive. You can buy a lock on Amazon for like €2. If you're a business and you've had a lock that's broken for years, what are you doing? Where are your priorities? This next one was bad at the best of times, but again, given what we're going through the last few years, when people don't wash their hands in the bathroom and they're brazen about it, like they're not even apologetic, they just exit the cubicle and leave. And of course, I'm talking about women here because I don't go in men's bathrooms. I assume men do their thing, touching intimate areas and don't wash their hands either. But this was bad, and now it's like very bad. Like, what are you doing? That's disgusting. Do you not think we're all judging you? Why have I no way of addressing this situation? I would never say it to someone. You're disgusting for not washing your hands. But that's what I feel. And no, if you went into the cubicle and you didn't do a thing or whatever things that you do in cubicles, you should still wash your hands just as a protocol. It's just wash your hands. This one did my head in this week. When there is an unsightly like barcode sticker or whatever on your new item that you've purchased, and you're like, okay, great, yeah, understand why there's a barcode, but then you can't take it off. Like, it's the sticker is stuck imminently. When you try to take it off, it either won't come off or it frays, and then it just leaves a sticky, gunky mess and bits of sticker. And isn't that annoying on your new thing? I'm getting shrill. I'm gonna bring it down. Oh, more supermarket things. People who don't put the divider up when the carousel moves along in the supermarket. Like, you've put your stuff up and you're just standing there with the space, the infinite space, and it's my turn to put my things up, and I have to reach across and put the divider up. It's your job as the person who was last in the queue, who you need to put the divider up. Put the divider up when you're about to fall asleep and your body does that jump thing. You know, that and I'm a bad sleeper. I find it difficult to get to sleep in the first place. So when I'm finally drifting off and then my body does that jump thing, that's so annoying. And actually, fun fact, I know why that is. It's because your body is not falling asleep at the same rate as your brain. And that's why it does that jump. They're not in sync. So yeah, get in sync. When you're stalking someone on Instagram, and like, we've all done it. You've all done it. Don't say you haven't. We've all done it. Maybe not everyone. I have. I do that. Anyway, when you're doing that, or on Facebook or whatever, and you accidentally like their post, that's I've heard a rumor that if you unlike it fast enough, it doesn't come up on their thing, but that might be an urban legend, so don't quote me on it. But yeah, I know I'm the bad person for stalking, but you know, we all have our flaws. Again, this one is ladies' bathroom related because I have no experience of the men's bathroom. And also, men don't seem to have this problem. Women queues for the ladies' toilets that are infinitely long. Fine, okay, that's annoying for everyone. But you know when you get to like the top of the queue and you start seeing people casually going into the bathroom, talking to their friend in the cubicle. Like, we've all gone through the same experience of having to wait in the queue for like 10, 15, 20 minutes sometimes. Are we not empathic to the people behind us now? Or are people so self-righteous that it's their turn to use the bathroom that they just take forever? Like, can we all just get on the same program that we're all gonna move it along, ladies? Like, we're all gonna pee and go. Just pee and go. Wash your hands, but go. Okay, wet socks is a universal thing. Everybody hates having socks and then standing on something wet and having wet socks. But what really, really causes me to rage more so than wet socks is wet sleeves. You know, when you wash your hands and then your sleeves get wet, because that's just, it's a weird feeling, right? It's a weird feeling. I'm putting this next one in because I saw somebody talking about the opposite on Reddit. So it's when I'm standing at a traffic light and somebody comes up and they press the button to cross the road. Do you think I was just standing here not pressing it? Do you think I was just like, I wonder how traffic works. I wonder how cars know to stop. Could it possibly be this giant button next to me? But I did hear somebody saying that they hate when they get to the traffic lights and they haven't been pressed and somebody is standing so close to them and they have to reach across and press it. But I always press it. I always press it. I always press it. I do. Outfits with no pockets. Why do you exist? There's always room for pockets. It doesn't really alter the outfit, not the ones I wear anyway. I'm not a fashionista. I've recently bought a hoodie and it doesn't have any pockets. And I'm just like, why do you exist? Why are you a thing? There should always be pockets, especially in hoodies. When the cashier scans faster than I can bag and then asks me to pay. Okay, you're a scanning professional. You're a till professional. You bag. You could be in the bagging Olympics. Were there a bagging Olympics? There probably is some kind of universal international competition for people who scan groceries fast. But I'm not in that competition. I cannot bag my groceries as fast as you can beep them. And I'm sorry. And it causes me to panic then because I don't know, should I continue? What is the etiquette? Should I pay and then continue to bag? But I will actually be slower. I should really just continue to bag and then pay. Unless you're an Aldi and then they have the dual thing, like they can shove your groceries down one side and shove them down another because they're like they're the Uri Geller. Uri Geller was the magician, not the speedy person. Who is the speedy person? Usain Bolt. They're the Usain Bolt of scanning things in the supermarket. When you put your phone on charge, you leave it there for hours and then you realize it wasn't plugged in. It wasn't plugged in at all. It wasn't turned on. The connector wasn't all the way in and it's still on 2%. What? That's annoying. And finally, I'm going to hand this last one over to editor Diane because it gets on her nerves a lot. Why has the default font got a red outline? Who in the creation of an editing software decided that, yep, most people use red as the outline for font? They don't. They use white or they use black. They don't use red. If I could count up the hours I have spent changing the and that's it for today. I do have infinite more things in my notes app that I just write there to get off my chest. If you want to hear more of them, let me know below. Otherwise, we'll be back to your regularly scheduled programming on, what day is today? On Monday. We'll be back on Monday with normal stuff. Normal. Relative. Bye. Sorry, I know I scared you with the clap. I'm sorry. Would you like to go sit here and you'll be in the video? Good job. If you can hear a small child in the background, in the future, that's the child I have kidnapped and put in my basement. I don't have a basement. I live in an apartment, but you know. Stop screaming. Who's that? Who's that? On the cushion. Is that your mommy? Look on the cushion. Look. Look. He doesn't understand pointing. Look, there. There. Yeah. He's pretty, but not too smart.